Hi again. Have a great day. Welcome back to our podcast where we dive deep into the skies to uncover hidden influences shaping your soul's journey. In today's episode, we're decoding a particular mystical and emotionally potent placement, Mars in Pisces at 29 degrees in the fifth house. This is a rare cocktail of spiritual urgency, artistic fire, and deep emotional desire, all playing out in the realm of creativity, romance, and self expression. So let's begin with Mars. Mars is the planet of action, desire, assertion, and instinct. It governs how we go after what we want, how we handle conflict, and where we put our energy. It's physical, raw, and passionate. But what happens when this planet of fire finds itself in Pisces, a water sign known for dreaminess, spirituality, and sensitivity? And even more, what does it mean when Mars is settling at the 29th degree, the anaretic degree, or the degree of karmic mastery in final lessons? So Mars in Pisces is like a warrior in a dream. It doesn't fight with swords. It's fight with music, empathy, and surrender. Action is taken in a more indirect, intuitive, and often unconscious way. These individuals don't push, they flow. This placement can feel confusing. Mars wants to do, and Pisces wants to feel. Mars wants clarity, and Pisces thrives in ambiguity. The result, a person who acts on gut feelings, often unsure of why they're driven toward something, only to discover later that their actions were divinely guided. Mars in Pisces also often channels its energy to art, healing, spirituality, or compassion. These are people who might pour their aggression into dance, painting, film, or poetry. Their fight is often for the underdog, for animals, or for the voiceless. There is a strong spiritual warrior archetype here. Now, let's add the layer of the 29 degree, the final degree of Pisces and of the zodiac as a whole. This is the degree of culmination, urgency, and something crisis. Astrologers call it the degree of fate. With Mars at 29 degrees in Pisces, there's a sense that this person is closing a karmic chapter around how they assert themselves in this lifetime. It could manifest as intense emotional and spiritual growing pains around anger, motivation, and direction. There may be a constant feeling that something needs to be done, but without clarity on what. This can create inner tension, a yearning to take action but feeling lost at the sea. But once matured, this placement gives a rise to a soul who leads with compassion, acts on divine timing, and uses creative expression as a sacred tool. There's immense spiritual potential here, especially in careers involving healing, the arts, or service to the collective. Now, drop all of this into the fifth house, the house of play, creativity, romance, children, and self expression. Mars here burns with the desire to create. This could manifest as passion for theater, storytelling, painting, or performance. Romance is very fiery, but idealistically, this person might be drawn to fantasy love, whirlwind affairs, or muses they can't quite pin down. There's a craving for a magic in love, but also potential for disillusionment if the fantasy doesn't meet reality. The fifth house also governs how we express our inner child. With Mars here, the drive to play and explore is huge. But with Pisces in the 29th degree, there may be wounds around feeling misunderstood as a child or not knowing how to assert one's authentic voice. Healing can come through returning to those early dreams and giving them form through art of expression. Let's talk real life. How does this placement actually show up? The artist warrior, someone who fights for the lost through song, painting, or film. They may be drawn to visionary art, spiritual theater, or fantasy writing. Romantic surrender, passionate yet elusive lover. These people give their whole heart, often idealizing their partners or experiencing relationship as spiritual awakenings. The exhausted empath, because Pisces is so porous, Mars here can lead to burnout, giving too much too often. Learning boundaries is essential. Creative crisis and clarity. The 29 degree often brings crisis that leads to breakthroughs. Many with this placement go through a period of feeling blocked, unsure of their purpose until they finally commit to their soul's calling. So, if you have this placement or know someone who does, here are some grounded takeaways. Channel energy into creative pursuits. Like, don't suppress your feelings, give them a canvas, practice intuitive action, learn to trust your instinct, even if they don't make sense. Watch out for escapism, drugs, fantasy, or toxic relationship can be tempting outlets. Develop boundaries, learn when to say no and conserve your energy. Use your pain as power. This placement carries karmic weight, but also great gifts for healing others through your own story. So, some of the um, career for this placement, ideal career are in the creative arts and performance, actor, dancer, musician, poet, filmmaker. The fifth house rules performance and artistic self-expression. Mars in Pisces channels energy into imaginative, soulful art. The 29 degree adds emotional intensity and life or death devotion to the craft. Example, a film actor drawn to roles that explore pain, fantasy, or mysticism, often using performance as emotional catharsis. Spiritual or healing professions, energy healer, spiritual counselor, yoga teacher, sound therapist. Mars in Pisces brings spiritual drive in the fifth. You may heal others through joyful or expressive modalities. Think movement, sound, or guided meditation. Example, a Reiki practitioner who uses music and storytelling as part of the healing experience. Work with children or youth, children's author, drama teacher, art therapist, camp director. The fifth house also rules children. Your spiritual and creative nature makes you a nurturing, inspiring guide for young people, especially in the arts. Example, a children's book author, weaving magical words and moral messages. Entertainment and media, fantasy writer, game designer, set designer, voice actor. Pisces' dreamy nature combined with fifth house flair makes you a natural in world building, fantasy, and immersive storytelling. Example, a video game creator focused on emotional, mystic narratives. Non-profits or humanitarian work, arts program coordinator, youth advocate, creative mentor. A 29 degree may push you to serve. Mars drives you to advocate often through art, love, and compassion. Example, running theater workshop for underserved youth or refugees. Other possibilities is fashion designer with a romantic or ethereal style, film score composer, or spiritual music producer, intimacy coach who uses play, imagination, or creative exercises. So, yes, thanks for joining us in this soulful dive into Mars in Pisces at 29 degrees in the fifth house. This is a placement of subtle power, creative fire, and spiritual depth. A cosmic call to turn your passion into purpose and your pain into beauty. Until next time, keep looking up and the stars are speaking.